All right. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Hello and welcome. I'm Lisa Twilley, the director of the Women's Business Center here at Maryland Capital Enterprises. And just to give you a little bit of information about Maryland Capital, we are a nonprofit based here in Salisbury, but we also have a location in Baltimore. We help entrepreneurs get started in business, or if you're already in business and trying to expand. We do business consulting, marketing consulting, training workshops such as this, and we also do small business loans. We cover the entire Eastern Shore of Maryland, Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and Anne Arundel County. So today we're excited. We have Vashti Pyatt here with us from the SBA, the Small Business Administration, to share with you some good resources that the SBA has to assist entrepreneurs. So I'm going to let her take it away.
All righty. Good morning or good afternoon, I should say, everyone. My name is Vashti Pyatt. I am with the Small Business Administration. I am the business development specialist, as well as a women's representative, as well as a couple other things. But this is the main focus for today, is to make sure that you are aware of the resources that the SBA is able to provide, along with our resource partners. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I want to be mindful of the time that we do have today. So just a little overview of what the SBA is. So the SBA is the Small Business Administration. So we were created in 1953 to aid, counsel, and assist small business owners. So we focus on the 3 C's of entrepreneurship. So that's going to be capital, certification, counseling, and then we also like to add in training, which I'm doing today. So the SBA Baltimore District, we serve the state of Maryland, excluding Montgomery County and PG County. So those 2 counties do report to the DC offices. Now, in addition to the 2 counties in Maryland, the DC office also services Northern Virginia and as well as Washington, DC, as you would assume. So I just want to point that out there. A lot of people do get confused, but we do service all of the surrounding counties except for PG and Montgomery County. Now, every business has a dream, right? So turning your dream into a reality requires confidence, resilience, drive, and knowledge. Now, the SBA can assist you in every step of the way, as well as our resource partners. So no matter where you are in your business process, you can contact the SBA or one of our resource partners, and we'll be able to assist you. So ask yourself, what drives you? What gets you up in the morning? What is your personal motivation, and what gives you meaningful purpose? So are you trying to contribute to a cleaner world? Are you trying to improve the way people communicate? Or are you trying to improve the lives of the elderly? Or are you trying to educate the youth of our population? Those are just a few examples of how, you might be motivated for your business or what you currently do. Now, you should not want to be in business only for the money. Although it's a good thing to do and to have, you should have a passion for the industry that you want to be in and operate in. I'm a firm believer, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then you're going to burn out very, very quickly. So always try to find that passion in what you are doing. Now, again, you should have that passion for your industry that you want to operate in, as well as making sure you make some type of impact in that industry as well. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about how you can start, grow, expand, and recover. So just a little bit about the SBA. Our small business owners are empowered to succeed with valuable resources, business trainings, access to capital, and the right expertise for every stage of that business cycle. So where you are in your business life cycle is a huge question that you need to ask yourself. So where are you in your business cycle? Where are you looking to achieve, or what are you looking? And many of you are probably in those beginning stages of your business. So the planning, launching, and then you're looking at, how am I going to grow my business into something bigger? Now, growth is a huge deal for a lot of business owners because you want to expand. You want to use your current platform, and you want to expand to different areas of your business, and you want to make the most out of your business as well. Now, in most cases, we can assist with that, as well as those businesses who may have suffered loss, or recovering from disasters, such as COVID-19 or, natural disasters, such as hurricane or some, just a few things just to mention of how we are able to assist those small businesses. So in the next slide, I'm just going to talk about our resource partners that are here to assist you. All right. So we have a few resource partners and we consider them our resource partner network. So they help to extend our reach and serve the nation's small business community outside of our district offices. So if you need reliable advice to start, grow your business, or, just how to do certain things or how to change over your LLC to a sole proprietorship, whatever the case may be, these resource partners are here to assist you. So whenever you are trying to create a successful business plan, we have experts for that as well that will be able to sit down with you and actually work with you to make your business plan as best as it possibly can be before you go after those, those contracts or, that funding that you may need. They are there to assist you. Now, there are over 1,400 resource partners and centers nationwide for small businesses. Now, the question is, which resource partner would be right for you? So I'm just going to talk a little bit about those 4 resource partners that we do have. The first one is going to be SCORE. So SCORE is the nation's largest network of volunteer business mentors. So these mentors are prior business owners and executives who have real world experience or expertise, and they are looking to that they are willing to provide to you as a small business and help you excel and gain that additional knowledge that you may need. So again, they have that mentorship, that advice, and they also have free online workshops. So I always encourage our small business owners who are looking for that extra push, and extra, advice for their businesses to go on to score.org. So again, that's going to be www.score.org. And that's where you can request a business mentor. You can request a business mentor on their website, even down to your zip code to where you can locate a mentor in your specific area. All right. So the next resource partner that I'm going to talk about is going to be the Small Business Development Center. That's also known as the SBDC. Now, they offer free business counseling, consulting for planning, launching, and growing a business. They offer free and low-cost training for current potential business owners. And some of the topics will include, regulatory compliance, technology development, international trade, whatever the case may be for your business. They are going to be there to assist you. Now, they are business consultants, so they are there to assist you with your business needs. Now, they can also assist with those that are interested in applying for financing, federal contracting, certification applications, or even purchasing an existing business. So just to give you a little tidbit about what the SBDC does provide to the small businesses. Now, there are a number of SBDC resource centers across the state of Maryland. I can't really name all of them, but they are in every single county that you can think of in the state of Maryland and that in our region. So you can go to their website, and you can click on locations, and it'll tell you exactly where they are located. You can click on, there's an interactive map. You can click on the county that you may be in. So whether it's Harford County, Baltimore, Frederick County, whatever the case may be, you can click on there and they will provide you with the staff contacts information for that specific county. So again, they are extremely, extremely helpful resources. And a lot of these SBDC offices are located at universities. So if you're close to Morgan State University, whatever the case may be, that's where they are located. So definitely take advantage of the small business development centers. Now, the next resource center that I do want to talk about is going to be Maryland WBC. So that's going to be the Maryland Women's Business Center. Now, they provide essential business counseling and training for women business owners. They have a focus on women business owners, but they will help any business owner that needs assistance. Now, each center is tailored to providing services that will help small businesses navigate the challenges that women often face when starting or growing a business. And also, just to let you all know that some of our WBCs or Women Business Centers are also SBA approved micro lenders. So if you're looking for any type of funding, they will be able to provide you with that assistance as well. All right, and the last resource that I do want to talk about is going to be the VBOC. That is going to be the Veteran Business Outreach Center, and they serve active duty service members, National Guard or Reserve members, as well as veterans of any era, as well as military spouses. So anyone in any of the designated groups can receive business training, counseling, and referrals to other SBA resources at a VBOC. Now, in addition, this resource partner also offers business plan workshops, concept assessments, as well as mentorship. So this is another resource that provides mentorship just like SCORE does as well. Now, I have listed the contact information and location for the Maryland VBOC Innovation Center. They are located in Columbia, Maryland. You can contact them by phone or by email, but once again, they are extremely helpful with counseling, assistance, and anything that you may need for your business for those that are military spouses or serve active duty or veterans. If anybody's muted, could everybody please mute their mics? Thank you. All right. So again, this is just the VBOC. They are very, very helpful. And again, I have provided the contact information for them as well. Now, want to talk about access to capital. So at this point in your business life cycle, you are probably going to need access to capital. And when this time comes, the SBA can support you in several ways. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about business loans. So the SBA loan programs are designed with unique needs of small businesses in mind. So our SBA loan program provides lower repayment terms, lower payments, and there are no early payoff penalties. So they will give you the flexibility that you need to cultivate your business while meeting your current financial obligations. So that's going to be the SBA, our SBA loan program. Now, just a little bit of information about our microloans. Our microloans are going to be the smaller size loans for typically up to $50,000. And they're going to be provided through SBA funding. And that's funding microlenders. So again, those microlenders are going to be the ones that will be providing those smaller size loans through us. So each microlender has its own lending credit requirements, while the SBA back loans have their requirements as well. So for the SBA back loan, just want to let you all know that they do have a credit score requirement of 680 or above. And with those SBA back loans, you are required to have a business plan. So I'm just kind of giving you that little tidbit of information that you will be required to have a business plan as well as a credit score of over 680 for our SBA back loans. Now, with our micro lenders, they're a little bit more flexible, not so much flexible with the business plan. That is a major thing on all levels of funding and getting financial assistance. That business plan is key, but that credit score may fluctuate from 680 or to something a little lower, but that depends on that micro lender. Again, that depends on that micro lender. So we always tell everybody to aim to have a credit score of 680 or above, as well as having that business plan. Now, microloans can be used for a variety of purposes. So that can include, things to assist you with growing your business. So some examples that a microloan can be used for is going to be working capital, inventory, supplies, furniture, fixtures, machinery, and equipment. Now, when it comes to the SBA back loans, I'll talk a little bit about those in a minute, but those funds can be used for similar items that I mentioned, but there are certain restrictions on the SBA back loans. So for the microloans, just don't want to repeat it again, working capital, inventory, supplies, furniture, fixtures, machinery, and equipment can be bought or purchased using those micro loans. Now, excuse me. So we're always trying to figure out how can the financial assistance or how can funding assist you in any way through your business journey. So I've kind of put them in bullet points to what they can assist you with. So again, launch, growing, or repairing a startup, start or purchase a small business. Again, access revolving credit or working capital for day-to-day expenses. It can be used for purchase, renovations, or expanding facilities, purchasing inventory, equipment, or machinery. It can also be used for purchasing land or real estate, or exporting a product or service. Now, if you are interested in any type of lending from the SBA, we do have a tool that we extremely encourage everyone to use. It's known as the Lender Match program. So that Lender Match program, this is with all of our business loan programs. So you will apply directly to an approved SBA lender, and a business plan that I mentioned is required when you submit your application. So this Lender Match program that I mentioned can help you connect with SBA approved lenders who may specialize in your industry or the type of product that you are trying to fund. So do want to let you know that there is a questionnaire that you will fill out, and lenders will start to contact you within 48 hours. Now, I do want to let you all know that this is not a credit check or a submission of your application. It is simply a system that connects you to those SBA lenders, and basically you let us do the work for you. That's essentially what the Lender Match tool is. All right, so again, this is a 3-step process. You fill out the questionnaire. Interested lenders will contact you. And lastly, once you have decided on which lender you do want to proceed with, you will submit your business plan and your loan package directly to the lender and apply for that loan specifically. So with that being said, what are some things that can increase your chances of getting that loan, or for you to be in the running for that particular funding that you are trying to go for? I just want to let you know about a few things that the lenders are going to look at. So lenders want to see that you are not taking a big risk by loaning the borrower money. So we here at the SBA, again, we can connect you to resource partners that can assist you with your business plan, and whatever the case may be, to increase your chances. So when we talk about the resource partners and how they can assist you and help you prepare to speak to SBA lenders, we want you to be fully prepared. So that means you need to be able to know and discuss the size and purpose of the loan that you are asking for. They want to know the age of your business. So you have to have this information in hand. They want to know your credit history. They're going to ask for collateral, and they're also going to ask for financial statements, financial projections, and any technical assistance or monitoring that you may have or have had during your business journey. So these are just a few things that they are going to ask you during that initial conversation. We just want to make sure that you are aware of what they will ask, and that you are fully prepared when you do, in fact, contact that lender, or when you are ready to make that next step. All right. So next, I'm going to talk about credit worthiness. Credit worthiness is going to be a conversation that a lot of people don't want to talk about. Nobody likes to talk about credit, but we are adamant about making sure that you are aware of what is needed. All right, so the 5 C's of financing is a process the lender will use to see if you are credit worthy. Now, this refers to your character, cash flow, collateral, capitalization, and conditions. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about all 5 of those C's really quickly. So for the first C, we're talking about character. In the short term, the lender wants to see that you as the borrower demonstrate strength of character. They want to see that you have a sound credit report and a steady repayment history. And that credit report should be very accurate. So I always encourage our business owners to check your credit report on a regular basis. Check it on a regular basis. You don't want to check it as soon as you're trying to get funding. You want to keep track of it to see where you may be able to make improvements and increase your chances of getting that funding. So that is one thing that they will look at, is that character, because you want to be able to get your credit in the best possible shape. All right, so the next C is going to be cash flow. The lender wants you to have adequate cash flow to repay a loan. So they want to know, do you pay all of your existing businesses and personal expenses? They want to see what money is coming out and how much money is coming in. So they want to inquire about existing debts. They want to see how much you are owing. Again, that goes back to that repayment history as well. And also, they want to see if you have an emergency fund set aside. As a business owner, that is a key thing, to have an emergency fund. Disasters happen. The unexpected happens with our businesses. As you can see with COVID happening, a lot of businesses had to shut down, and a lot of them were not able to stay afloat. So always have that emergency fund, just in case, for whatever the case may be, a pipe burst, whatever the case, make sure you have that emergency fund. So they're going to look to see that you have cash flow to cover those potential expenses as well. Now, for our third C, we're going to look at collateral. Lenders want to see that you have collateral to offer up if the loan is not repaid. So this can be both business and personal assets. Now, for the fourth C, with capitalization, the lenders want to see that you have capitalization. So capitalization basically refers to the owner's equity in the business. Basically, lenders want to see that you have skin in the game. So that's what we mean by capitalization. And for the final C, we're looking at conditions. The lender wants to know if there are any outside conditions that will affect your ability to repay that loan. Now, this can be market conditions, competitors, industry trends, whatever the case may be. They want to see that they want to see what outside conditions may or may not affect your ability to repay your loan. Now, for the next slide, we want to talk about reimagining your potential and possibly taking your business onto the global level. So if you are interested in international trade or exporting, I just want to let you know that nearly 96% of consumers in the world live outside of the United States, and nearly 2/3 of the world's purchasing power lies in foreign countries. So if you're interested in possibly, exploring that exporting world or the international trade, more than happy to provide you with the link, sba.gov/exporting, where you can evaluate your readiness and learn more about the exporting world. Now, I do want to let you all know about a few resources that are available for those that may be interested in that global market or that international trade. So here at the SBA, we can help you with counseling and training for exporting by connecting you with our U.S. Export Assistance Center, as well as a Small Business Development Center that I mentioned before. Now, these are wonderful resources that can help you take your business to that next level with regards to international trade and exporting. Now, these resources can also help businesses find buyers internationally. So if you're looking for international buyers, these resources at the U.S. EAC and the SBDC can assist you with that. And that is a program that we call STEP. So that's going to be our State Trade Expansion Program. So this is where you can learn how to export. You can participate in foreign trade shows. You can obtain services to support foreign market entry, develop websites to attract foreign buyers, and even design international marketing products and campaigns. So again, STEP is a wonderful, wonderful resource or program that will be able to help you if you plan to go into that exporting or international trading world. Now, I do want to let you all know that the STEP grant program, has helped thousands of small businesses obtain grants and find customers in the international marketplace since 2011. They help small businesses overcome those obstacles in exporting by providing grants to cover costs associated with entering and expanding into that international market. Now, we do want to let you know that in Maryland, this program is carried out through Export MD. So the Export MD is going to be through the Department of Commerce. So they are also in charge of assisting with exporting and international trade throughout the state of Maryland. And finally, here at the SBA, we can help business owners get export funding through our Export Express loans, even export working capital loans and international trade loans. And if you want more information on that, you can send me an email. I'll be able to provide you with that contact person who will be able to assist you with that as well. Now, we do have a wonderful resource that is able to help. They are downtown on Pratt Street. They're known, as I mentioned before, the U.S. Export Assistance Center. Again, they are there to assist you with exploring the process of exporting and also getting you help or providing help with export financing and transactions. Again, they are located in Baltimore, downtown Baltimore. So I highly encourage you all to take advantage of having a conversation with them. They are extremely helpful within the export world. So just want to, leave you all with that. And next, there is something that a lot of people do not want to talk about are disasters and the effect that it has on small businesses. So disasters, happen. And when they do, you want to be prepared. Again, like I mentioned, it is something that a lot of business owners do not want to consider or want to think about. And approximately 25% of businesses do not reopen after a major disaster. Now, here at the SBA, we do not want to hear that. We want to make sure that your business reopens after a disaster. That is one of our main goals. We want to make sure that you reopen after a disaster. Now, businesses can help prepare for disasters by having an up-to-date plan of action. Again, that plan of action is extremely, extremely crucial for businesses. And once again, our resource partners at the Small Business Development Center can also help you with that as well. And if you are looking for something that's a little bit more interactive or kind of breaks down the process of how to prepare for a disaster as a business owner, you can visit our website at sba.gov/prepare. And they have small videos that range from 30 seconds to 40 seconds or to a minute that kind of tell you what to think about when you are preparing your business for a potential disaster, depending on where you are. So the next topic that I'm going to talk about is going to be the disaster assistant loans. So when a disaster strikes, the SBA is going to be there with you to assist you with affordable and accessible loans to help you get your business, home, and life back on track. So like I mentioned before, disasters can range from a hurricane all the way to COVID-19 pandemic, as you see that we have experienced or experiencing right now. So we've offered disaster loans to flood victims in multiple areas, as well as fire victims as well in California, just to kind of name a few examples. California was one of the areas that we did provide funding, as well as Pennsylvania and Kentucky that were victims of flooding in the recent years. Now, we do offer economic industry disaster loans. We did that in 2020 and 2021. For those businesses that were experiencing loss during the pandemic. So loss in revenue during that pandemic, we did offer assistance to them. So just want to let you know that we are able to provide you with disaster loans in whatever situation. So whether it's real estate, personal property, economic injury, machinery and equipment, inventory, and even for our active duty military. So if you are a person who is in the military and they are called to active duty, we can assist by providing loans to help eligible small businesses with operating expenses. So those that do have or that are in the active duty military, if they need assistance, we are also there to assist them as well. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about federal contracting. So federal contracts are a tremendous financial opportunity for small businesses. So the U.S. federal government is the world's largest consumer of purchases of all sorts of products and services. Now, I do want to let you all know that it is required by law to provide contract opportunities to small businesses. So the government wants to buy from small businesses for several reasons. They want to ensure that large businesses don't muscle out the small businesses. They also want to make sure that you are able to gain access to, they're able to gain access, to the new ideas and the small businesses that individuals do provide. And they want to support small businesses because they are engines of economic development and job creation. They also want to offer up opportunities to disadvantaged socioeconomic groups as well. Now, the SBA works with the federal agencies to award at least 23% of all prime government contracting dollars each year to small businesses. So if you want to evaluate your readiness, just to kind of see where you stand or see if this is something that you may be interested in, once again, you can visit our website at sba.gov/contracting, and they will be able to provide you with a little bit more information on government contracting as well. Now, when it comes to federal contracting, we can also assist you with determining your readiness. So the federal government contracting space can be extremely complex, and sometimes it can be hard to understand or try to navigate. But this is what we are here at the SBA. This is what we do. This is what we try to excel in and make sure that our businesses do not fall short of any opportunities that are available to them. So we can help you assess your marketability. We can help you look at your structure and experience. We can also help you with your systems and capacity. And we can also, as well as point you in the direction of resource partners that will be able to increase your ability to find and land those contracts as well. So the goal is to bid and win on government contracts. We want to make sure that you are selling at a competitive price and that you are doing everything in your power to make sure that you are making sure that your business is attractive to that government agency, to make sure that they see you as a high competitor or somebody that they do want to work with in the future. So that is the main goal. So when you are working with the federal government, I do want you all to become familiar with a few things. So we have the Federal Procurement Data System. That is where a lot of the procurements are shown. And also you can see data of what the government is spending and where they are spending it. We also have another resource known as usaspending.gov. We have the agencies that are government agencies and their recurring procurement forecasts that you can also use. And you can also use sam.gov. So you can use these resources to see if there is a market for your product or services. And you can also use these resources that I mentioned to determine how big the market is and also to find potential buyers. So I highly recommend that you use the resources that I mentioned. Again, that's the Federal Procurement Data System. That's usaspending.gov. The agency, their recurring procurement forecast that they do post on a regular basis, as well as sam.gov. Now, if you are looking to go after any government contracts, we want to make sure that you are registered in sam.gov. Again, that is our system for awards management. We want to make sure that you are registered in sam.gov. This is where you will certify your business that is eligible. You will certify your business to make sure that you are eligible to compete for these contracts for small businesses. And I'll talk a little bit about those certifications in the next slide. But just to kind of give you a little information about sam.gov, as you may know, in the past, they used to use DUNS numbers. They do not use those anymore. They use the UEI number. So that's going to be a unique 12-character alphanumeric value. And that is what you will receive when you register with sam.gov. So again, sam.gov, and you will receive a UEI number. Now, For the last portion of the federal government contracting space, I do want you all to be familiar with NAICS codes, so the North American Industry Classification System codes. These are codes that classify businesses based on the type of product or service they supply. So you will be able to post or input, that NAICS code into SAM.gov with your registration and to let them know exactly what your business provides. It's easier for the government to know right away based off of those NAICS codes what you all provide. So again, be familiar with those NAICS codes and that North American classification system to tell us in the system, as well as those potential businesses or prime contracts that you work with, what type of work that you do. So make sure you become very, very familiar with those NAICS codes. All right. So very quickly, I'm going to talk about the certification programs that we do have here with the federal government and that are done through the SBA. So the first one that we're going to talk about is going to be the 8A business development program. Then we're going to talk about the HubZone. That's a historically underutilized business zones. That's another program that we do have. We also have the Women-Owned Small Business Program, WOSB. And finally, we have our Small Disadvantaged Veteran-Owned Program. So just a little bit about the 8A. The 8A program is for small, socially, and economically disadvantaged businesses, while the HubZone program is for small businesses that are located and operated in historically underutilized business zones. And kind of self-explanatory for the WOSB, those are going to be our women-owned small business programs. And then we have our services-abled veteran-owned small business program. Now, first, for the 8A program, that is going to be a program where the federal government's goal is to award at least 5% of federal contracting dollars to small disadvantaged businesses each year. Now, to help provide a level playing field for our small businesses owned by socially and economically disadvantaged people or entities, the government limits competition for certain contracts to businesses that participate in this program. So just a little bit about the 8A program or businesses that are in the 8A program. You can effectively compete for and receive set-aside and sole source contracts. You can receive one-on-one business development assistance from our SBA Business Opportunity Specialist, which is a huge, huge plus for those that are already in the 8A program. And they are there to help you focus on helping the firm grow and accomplish their business objectives and helping you land those government contracts. Now, the 8A program also helps with pursuing opportunity for mentorship and experience, and also providing you that essentially that mentor protege, that one-on-one mentorship that your business will need. So that's going to be through our SBA Mentor Protege program. And also in the 8A program, you can pursue joint ventures with established businesses to increase your capacity. So the 8A program is extremely beneficial to small businesses that are looking to get into that federal contracting space. Now, just with a few things about our regulations, when it comes to our 8A program, your business must be small as it relates to the SBA size standard. The owner must be at least 51% owned. Again, the owners must be U.S. citizens and U.S. citizens who are socially and economically disadvantaged, and the business owners must demonstrate good character and potential to perform on these contracts. So we want to see that you are able or have worked on previous contracts in the past. So we want to be able to see that through your business. So again, if you are interested in the 8A, you can definitely check that out on our website, known as certified.sba.gov, to determine if you are eligible for that program. And once again, you can do that certification through our website as well. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is going to be our HubZone program. So once again, the Hub Zone program fuels small business growth in historically underutilized business zones, with their goal being at least 3% of federal contracting dollars. Now, when it comes to the Hub Zone, that means that you are in a location that is a hub zone. So if you are trying to get certified as a hub zone, the key thing to make note of is that your principal office has to be located in that hub zone. Also, we want to make sure that you have at least 35% of its employees living in a hub zone as well. You must be a small business, and you must be at least 51% owned and controlled by U.S. citizens. So again, this is just a quick synopsis of the Hub Zone program. The map for our Hub Zone has changed a bit. I have to believe it changed in July, but you can find that information once again at certify.sba.gov and just click on the Hub Zone tab. So next, we're going to talk about a little bit about the Women-Owned Small Business Program. So just like the 8A program, the federal government's goal is to award at least 5% of all federal contracting dollars to women-owned small businesses each year. Now, when it comes to our Women-Owned Small Business certification program, we do want you to know that 445 NAICS codes are accepted. So again, 445 NAICS codes are accepted for our Women-Owned Small Business program. So the goal for this program is to provide a level playing field for all our women-owned small businesses. We want to make sure that our women businesses are represented in the small business space because they are already underrepresented, in that space already. So we want to make sure that we provide that additional assistance for them. So when it comes to eligibility standards, once again, just like our 8A and the Hub Zone program, you must be small by SBA standard. You must be controlled by at least 51% and 51% owned and controlled by one or more women. And again, when it comes to that term, we want to make sure that a woman is running the day-to-day operations. Again, a woman must manage those day-to-day operations of that business. So along with being a U.S. citizen and socially and economically disadvantaged, we want to make sure that women must manage those day-to-day operations for those that do want to be eligible for the Women-Owned Small Business Program. So again, you can find out information about that on our WOSB certified.sba.gov. That is a website that will give you the entire breakdown of our WOSB program, as well on how to register for to become a WOSB with the SBA. And finally, I'm going to talk about our service-disabled veteran-owned small business program. Again, the federal government aims to award at least 3% of all federal contracting dollars to service-disabled veteran-owned small businesses each year. Now, in order to qualify for this program, your business must be small, once again, by the SBA size standard, be at least 51% owned and controlled by one or more service-disabled veterans, have one or more service-disabled veterans manage those day-to-day operations and manage those long-term decisions. And that once again is similar to our WOSB program. That individual must be able to run those day-to-day operations. And eligible veterans must have a service-connected disability. Again, those veterans must have a service-disabled connected disability. And if you want more information about that program, we have a wonderful individual who will be able to assist you and kind of walk you through that process as well. And finally, as I come to a close, I do want to talk about how to get into that procurement space. So we have a wonderful resource center. They are known as APEX now, but they are a procurement technical assistance center that will help you through the process. So they will provide that in-person or virtual counseling and training services to businesses that want to sell products to either the local, state, and federal governments. They have counselors that will help businesses identify as well as compete and win government contracts. They have a wonderful resource, on their website that will help you get to that next level and for you to be successful, during that procurement process when you are bidding on contracts and want to make sure that you win those contracts. They are known as Apex. And so that is a wonderful procurement resource center that we do have here in Maryland. Now, if you have any additional questions, please feel free to contact myself. My name is Vashti Pyatt. It's listed right here. I can also put it in the chat. But once again, I am the business development specialist, women's business representative, and also the district international trade officer. So if you need any assistance with any of those three, or if you just have general questions, please do not hesitate to email me. And I'm more than happy to assist you in any way that I can. So I believe that is my time. I do want to make sure that I leave time for any questions that you all may have. So I'm going to turn it back over to Lisa.
Great. Thank you so much, Vashti. That was an awesome presentation. Lots of information. I'm sure we have questions. So if you'd like to unmute yourself, or you can put your question in the chat, either way. No questions? You must have did an awesome job explaining everything.
I mean, it is also a lot of information too. So maybe I know people probably have to process a few things, but yeah, definitely want to make sure that, I answer any questions that you may have. And I'll also put my email in the chat as well, just if anybody does want to reach out for any questions they may have after the fact. So, yep, not a problem.
That sounds great. And I put my...
I'm sorry, ladies. I had a question.
Okay.
I believe that was Katie. Do you have a question?
Oh, yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you for your presentation today. It was very informative. I appreciate all the information that I gained and learned today. I wanted to know, do the smaller business is it association or administration?
So the SBA, that's the Small Business Administration.
Okay. Does administration, do they help with forming a business plan in regards to like a nonprofit? What do they help with that as well?
So we always direct that to our resource partners. So there are two things. So we have a portion on our website that gives you a breakdown of the business plan, what to include. I can even send you a business plan template if you like, because it's granted, it may be the business plan template that I may send you may be geared toward a business. It's also things that you need to think about as a nonprofit as well. Now, for our resource partners, the SBDC, they're the ones who will be able to sit down with you with that draft form of your business plan and kind of tell you what to include, what not to include, kind of some things to avoid. So whether you're a business or going for that nonprofit, the Small Business Development Center, our resource partners, will be able to assist you with that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
you can definitely send me an email and I'll definitely provide you with the business template that I give to all of our clients. But definitely reach out to the Small Business Development Center in your area and they'll be able to kind of walk you through that process of the business plan writing. Yep.
Okay, thank you. And one last question. Is it in the administration helps with any type of business as far as like whatever you come up with. It doesn't necessarily have to be like, do they have like a specific list of businesses? If you were doing something as far as like mental health or like, do they help with any type of business?
Yeah, so they help with their art. Now, I will say, just being completely honest, they will help with all businesses with business structures. However, there is there's some hesitation right now with the cannabis industry. We don't typically get ourselves involved with that industry, but with
Okay.
everything else, if you're talking mental health, or trying to start a youth program, whatever the case may be, they're more than happy to assist you with that. We just kind of stay clear of those that are involved in the cannabis industry. Just being completely honest with you. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that was my question because I know some things can be a little bit touchy. So I wanted to see if it was any stipulation on certain businesses like ventures that they may not would like to be a part of with the
Yes.
structure.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Any other questions? Okay. I did put my contact information in the chat as well. And also, if anybody would like to be added to our newsletter that lets you know when we have our different events coming up or different trainings, then please just email me and we can add you to that if you're not already on there. And Vashti, thank you again for filling in at the last minute. You did an awesome job. We appreciate you.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
All right. Well, if nobody has any more questions, then I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks for joining us.
All righty. Take care, everyone.
Okay.
All right, bye. Thank you.
Thank you.